I mean, you never know which legend is going to show up at Giants training camp. We've got Mathias Kiwanuka in the building. Kiwi, I guess, just so far, thoughts about Giants football, where they're at a week and a half in training camp.
Yeah, I mean, a week and a half in, it's good to see everybody out here participating, going full go. I think it's about competing at this point. You know, you got some guys who are established, you got new guys who are coming in, high draft picks trying to establish themselves, and then you got guys who are just trying to get a spot on the roster, and everybody's thrown in there. So it's good to see the battles, the one-on-ones, and while everybody's starting to digest the playbook, you can still see the intensity.
Everyone keeps talking about this Giants defensive line, trying to compare it to the 2007 D-line, NASCAR package. What have you seen from a young guy like Abdul Carter? Just go down the line. Go from Abdul to Kayvon to Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, to drafted Darius Alexander. Just what have you seen from this Giants defensive line so far?
Yeah, I think you start with Dexter. I think you start with a guy who brings energy, passion, enthusiasm, but also has that leadership ability. You know, you want to see those guys push in the pocket. You want to see them rewarded for their hard work. In order to do so, you got guys on the end, Thibodeau, Carter. You know, specifically, I saw some good things in terms of finishing all the way to the quarterback, right? That's one thing that we emphasize the most when we were practicing is that in practice, the play is not done until you get to the point where you're confident enough to say that would have been a sack in the game. In years past, you've seen guys kind of just, you know, rush to get in position as if they would have turned the corner, but now you're seeing guys who are used to actually coming around the corner, running past the quarterback. Don't touch them, you know, we need them healthy.
Don't touch Russ.
Don't touch anybody, right? If they're red, you're dead, so just keep on going. But it was good to see players turning the corner and rushing all the way through.
When we talk about, I guess, Brian Burns and these guys, they always talk about we got to earn the right to rush. Giants had one of the worst one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. Sorry, it's hot out here. How does that get better? Because you didn't draft another run stopper. I guess the Darius Alexander, but it was a third-round pick. You drafted a stud in Abdul Carter. How does that run defense get better?
The main thing that I'll say, and you can put it, is set the edge. You know, as a defensive end, outside linebacker, set the edge so that the guys can control the interior. From the interior side, it's about gap responsibility, keeping your gap integrity. But I think if you can set the edge on the offense, make it a smaller lane for them to run through, and then you have the gap integrity, let the linebackers come downhill with ease and fill those, then you'll see a solid wall. Past that, you got to be a man and push them back, bro.
Every one of those guys keeps talking about how, we look good on paper, but we hadn't shown anything yet. They opened up this year at Washington, at Dallas, and then you got the Chiefs for the home opener. When do you show, when does it come out? Like, when does it really come out that it's like, this defensive line can be for real?
Shit, yesterday. No, I think if you're waiting for the game to come to show what you have, you're already behind the ball. I think the great teams and the great ones that I was involved with from day one in training camp, you got guys who are staying after late, who are participating in extra work, who are out there trying to work every particular move that they have in their arsenal so that by the time you get to the game, you know if your spin move is working. You know if your long arm or your chop club is going to be effective. You're not waiting for anything. You're practicing every day as though it's a game.
Hot dog day like this, you miss it?
You know what? I'll be honest, when you get out there and have Coach Coughlin out there giving the post-practice speech and to see the guys flying around and hitting, it's an energy, it's a speed, it's a passion that I don't think you find in any other walk of life.
At all, man. Appreciate you, big bro.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy.